Hello, I'm Jonathan from Boom Instructor Training, and on this video we'll be considering whether you should use a trainee license or instead get some private practice in preparation for your Part 3 test. One thing that you can do to prepare for the Part 3 test is to go to my website and buy my brilliant Part 3 video tutorials, and I will show you how to teach pupils, and you will learn all of the skills and competences that you need to pass the Part 3 test. It is, of course, a good idea to get some practice teaching pupils before you take the Part 3 test. So the question is, should you use a trainee license or get some private practice? Both are good options, so I'll explain both of these and then you can make up your own mind which is best for you. Firstly, let's discuss the trainee license. This requires the most commitment from you. You must have had 40 hours training. 10 of those hours must be in-car training, so 30 of those hours could be online, such as my Part 3 video tutorials. You will need to find a driving school or an ADI who will sponsor you whilst you are using the trainee license. And your sponsoring ADI has a commitment to supervise you by sitting in the rear of your car and observing 20% of the lessons you provide. Alternatively, you will need a further 20 hours of training, and 5 hours of this training needs to be in car. So therefore, 15 hours of this extra training could be using my Part 3 video tutorials. This in-car supervision or extra in-car training will of course come at a cost. I'd be surprised if a driving school or an ADI would give up their time for free to do this, so you would have to find out what the cost would be for this extra training or in-car supervision. And if you don't pass on the first attempt or on the second attempt, you will also need to have a further 5 hours training. Also, you will probably have to sign some kind of agreement and pay a weekly franchise fee to your sponsoring driving school or sponsoring ADI. So is this something you are happy to commit to? You can charge for the lessons you provide whilst using the trainee license, so that's really good. Although you will have to have a car fitted with dual controls, so you might have to commit to either buying a car or leasing a car. Or maybe your current car is suitable, and if this is the case, you can just get some dual controls fitted. There's a list of dual control fitters on my website. Just go to the useful contacts page. You also need to consider whether you have enough spare time to justify the commitment of using a trainee license. If you currently have a full-time job and a busy life, then I would recommend not using a trainee license. However, you could jump in feet first, quit your current job and commit to working as a PDI on a trainee license full-time. But there is a risk that you might not qualify. And do you want to take the risk of quitting your current job before you are fully qualified? Of course, if you buy my Part 3 video tutorials, you will maximize your chance of passing the Part 3 test. I always recommend thinking of a trainee license as nothing more than an extension of your Part 3 training. You shouldn't consider a trainee license period as a job, because you're just using the trainee license to practice and prepare for your Part 3 test. In my opinion, I think a trainee license is best used part-time, between 4 to 8 hours per week, around your current job or commitments. You are just practicing teaching pupils. This isn't your job until you are fully qualified. So that's the reality of using a trainee license. It can be a really good way to practice teaching pupils before you take your Part 3 test. However, there is quite a lot of commitment involved. The alternative is for you to practice teaching pupils privately. This requires no commitment to a third party, and you are taking control of your own practicing and your own development. If you are a confident, independent-minded person and you like the idea of taking control of your own practicing and your own development, then this is a good option for you. If you practice privately, you cannot charge for lessons, so you would give free lessons to a couple of learner drivers who you can practice teaching. And it will be really easy for you to find a couple of pupils, considering you are providing free lessons. Just ask around, family, friends, neighbours, work colleagues, make an announcement on Facebook, and you will easily find a couple of provisional license holders who are delighted to have some free driving lessons with you. You will need to use your own car for this. If your current car isn't suitable, then swap it for a car that is suitable. If you are serious about doing this for a job, then you will need a suitable car. You do not need dual controls fitted because legally you are just an accompanying driver. However, if you want to get dual controls fitted, then you can do. You can easily get short-term learner driver insurance. It's really cost effective. Go online and do a search for short-term learner driver insurance. A couple of insurance companies that specialise in this are Marmalade and Vago. Other insurance companies are available. Running alongside this private practice, you could also have a weekly or fortnightly video call with myself. If you like the idea of having weekly or fortnightly video calls with me to discuss the lessons that you are providing, then you will need to have bought my Part 3 video tutorials. And this is because I know that we will then both be on the same page. I will know that you will fully understand the 17 competences and you will fully understand how to provide client-centered driving lessons. So if you decide to have weekly or fortnightly video calls with me, then we can discuss the lessons that you've been providing. I can answer any questions that you have, and I can advise you what to do if you're finding anything challenging. So you won't be on your own, you are being mentored by me using video calls. So this is an efficient, cost-effective and hassle-free way for you to practice teaching pupils leading up to your Part 3 test. Therefore, a trainee license isn't necessary if you choose the private practice option. So, which of these practice options appeals to you? Are you going to use a trainee license or use the private practice option? There's no right or wrong answer, both are good options, and you need to decide which best suits your preference and circumstances. Either way, my Part 3 video tutorials will massively help you prepare for your Part 3 test. I will show you how to teach pupils, and then you will know exactly what you need to do to pass the Part 3 test. Please do like and subscribe. I would really appreciate this. Liking and subscribing will encourage me to make more videos for you, and it will also help other people find the channel. And do remember, when you are teaching pupils, just keep it simple and enjoy it.